So welcome back, or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. This is day 11, yeah, day 8 of Ignite. Today we're going to be using our piece of material or our band to work into your shoulders. And so always, you guys, with anything going on with your shoulders, it's more important that your shoulders are well than you do the music, the movement. And so smaller movements, listening deeply, like we do always, but pay attention to your shoulders as we move. So come lie on your back and we shall begin. Come. Yes, my microphone is working. Yes, it is. Lovely. Oh, so today we have Chico and we also have Pushkin. Pushkin's here beside me. So come rest on your back. Just feeling in. And then just sway your knees from side to side. As you sway your knees, as you rock from one side to the other, just notice the week of movement in your body. This is day 8. And so we're beginning to find the landscape of the movement that we're creating in Ignite, and we are deepening it and progressing it. Nice. So draw your right knee up onto your chest, squeeze it in. And my shoulders are widening. I'm drawing them backwards and down and away from my ears. I'm deepening my breath and allowing the back of my buttock and the deep of my hip to soften. I have a sense of a sigh, a deeper breath, and something deepened and settled towards the floor. Nice. Release your leg, bring your arms straight up towards the ceiling and bring your palms together. And now draw your knee out to the side and then back up. And my knee is close enough towards me. So my knee is moving towards my elbow as I move my knee out to the side and then back up again. Side and then back up again. Now bring your knee directly over your hip. So it's further away from you. And now bring it out to the side. So as soon as my knee is over my hip, my abdominal muscles have to work a lot more. So just feel that as you draw your knee out. And then begin to draw your knee a little bit more towards the left. So you're squeezing your knee across. Right. And then squeeze it towards the left. I'm not twisting. I'm just moving my leg. Nice. Other side. Arms stay where they are. Draw the left knee up towards your chest. Interlock your fingers. And squeeze your knee towards you. And just have a sense deep settling into the buttock, softening into the hip. Sigh, a deeper breath. And that sense of really being connected or being in the sensations of your body. Let yourself be met by this movement. Nice. Arms straight up towards the ceiling, palms come together. Leg is towards you, so my thigh is trying to move towards my belly, my knee towards my elbow. And then just rock your knee out to the side and then come back to center. And as I do that, I feel my inner thigh, I feel a bit of my abdominal muscles, but it feels okay. It feels good what I'm doing. Okay, just feel that out to the side, back to center. Now bring your knee over your hip and do the same movement, side, and then squeeze it a bit to the right. And now I feel much more of my rib cage, my abdominal space, my spine on the floor. Just notice that. Super. Come back to center. Keep your hands where they are. Stretch your right leg straight up towards the ceiling. Same movement. Right leg out to the side, and then right leg towards the left. I'm not twisting. I'm really staying steady. My left foot is pushing into the floor. Nice. One more time. Cool. Change. Left leg up. Swing gently, steadily out to the side. Center. Side. Center. Side. Center. Great. Squeeze both knees towards you. Hug them in. And bring both feet to the floor, roll up along your spine, squeeze your bum as you push your hips towards the ceiling. It should have this really deep sense of satisfaction, or like the squeeze of my bum, the opening into the thighs feels very engaging after the movement we've just done. Draw your knees up towards your chest, hug them in. Nice. Feet to the floor, roll up along your spine. Arms are long beside you as you lift deeply up through your hips. Rolling down, draw your knees up towards you, hug them in. Nice, last one. Feet to the floor, roll up along your spine, and just pause there. That sense of solid into all of your toes. My knees are slightly moving towards each other. Really settling in. Does one leg engage a bit more than the other? Check it out. Push a bit more into the right foot. Push a bit more into the left foot. Push into both feet. Breath is deep and steady into your belly. Nice. Rolling all the way down. Bring the soles of your feet together and your knees apart. Hands rest on your belly. And whenever I come into this movement, there's a gesture that happens for me automatically. It's that I want to walk my shoulders away, like a caterpillar, away from my hips. And as I do that, my lower back really settles. And so see how you would position your shoulders a little bit further away from your hips, and then drop your chin down and widen into your chest. So it's not pull just the shoulder blades, it's the entire rib cage I'm pulling up along the floor. And just breathe into your belly, let that settle. Nice. So elbows are on the floor beside you. And now close the left knee over towards the right knee like you're closing a book. And then glide the left knee up in the direction of the right shoulder kind of direction. It's kind of a squishy gliders. Bring the soles of your feet back together. Your knees are wide. And then right knee over towards the left. And then draw the right knee up in the direction of the left shoulder. Soles of your feet together, knees apart. And then left knee over. You can, if you want, bring your arms long overhead. For me, there's something about the side of my ribs and my armpits opening that I really enjoy. But see, if you have anything going on with your shoulders, maybe that's not where you want to be. Make the movement as small as you need to, or as big as you like to, based on the sensations of wellness that are emerging. If you're finding that, ooh, it's a bit strong, then make the movement smaller. You know, you have agency, you have the ability to really guide and glide your body into wellness. And I give you full permission to do that. One more time each side. Really listen to your wellness and be led by the sensations of it. Nice. Come back to center. And then roll over onto your side and come up to sit and I have my pillowcase. So have whatever it is that you have, a belt, a pillowcase, a t-shirt, something. And stretch your legs out long in front of you. Find your bum sitting on the floor. Settle your shoulders. Feel just the length of you. How would you get really tall right now? So from the top of your head, there's this sense of a rising. And to find that rise, I drop my pelvis deeper into the floor. So always when we're sitting on the floor, if you feel that your spine is struggling to lift up through the lower back and pelvis, then stick a book or a block or a pillow, a firm pillow underneath your bum, and that'll give you a little bit more rise. It's probably because your hamstrings are tight or your lower back is tight. So stick something under your bum if you wish, or sit on the floor if that feels like you can really push into the floor and lift up through the spine. Okay? So as always, with anything to do with your arms, go really slowly. Don't assume that your arms are okay with anything. Okay, so we're going to try and keep a sense of tension on the pillowcase the whole time. Okay, so bring the pillowcase down towards your knees or thighs and just keep the pull outwards. Bring your arms straight in front of your chest and then really slowly, this is where you have to be careful, rise upwards. I'm not going backwards, I'm just rising up and pushing my knuckles up towards the ceiling. And as I do that, I'm pushing into my sit bones and getting super tall. Nice. Arms in front of your chest. And then arms to your thighs, or thing to your thighs. So just feel that. You rise up. I'm not going back. I'm rising upwards, really tall. Then lowering down. Maybe you do go a little bit back if your shoulders feel well, but only that both shoulders feel really super well with what you're doing. So I'm going to talk about team you. So it's not in the pursuit of the individual joint that we are here. So it's not the left shoulder really loving the stretch and then you banjaxing your right shoulder as a result. It's being whole in your body and listening to the whole of it, whatever that is. Nice. One more time, rising up. The next one, this is another tricky one. Slowly keeping the tension on the pillowcase. Bring the pillowcase behind your head. So it's moving behind me. And then up. And then keeping tall, move the pillowcase down straight in front of your nose and in front of your chin. So it's like I'm doing a pull-up or some kind of weightlifting, but there's nothing, there's no weight. All I'm doing is holding the band. I'm sitting up tall and my pillowcase is moving behind me. Listen to your shoulders. And it's moving in front of me. And it's really close to my nose. It bangs my nose every time it passes. So up, behind. One more time. Up and in front. Cool. Stretch both arms up. Keeping the tension on the pillowcase, bend your left elbow and lean a little bit over towards the right. Come back up to center. Bend the right elbow, lean a little bit over towards the right. So whatever elbow is bending, you're heading in that direction. And I'm keeping a tension on the line as I go. Last one. Moving really slowly, listening in. And bring your arms forward. Last movement with the thing. So bring your right hand forward and your left elbow back, and then keep your right arm moving over towards the left. And then back. All the time I'm keeping tension on the line. Left hand goes forward, right arm goes back. So as I do this, there's this sense of a bending one arm. And then it's like bow and arrow. Last one. Super. Get rid of your thing, roll your shoulders. Nice. And then in the other direction. Cool. Come to your hands and knees. Hands and knees. There's Pushkin now. You could probably see him, the cat. So, shoulder shrugs only. So just squeeze your shoulder blades back and then push your shoulder blades forwards. And as I do that, my head and chest move closer to the floor. And it's really shoulders pushing back. You'll see a bit better here and then forwards. I'm not doing anything in the sacrum, in the lower back. That'll come next. I'm only feeling this deep sense of satisfaction. So for me, the squeezing backwards is nice, but the pushing forward, oh, it's just so lovely. For me, that is a space that is really needed in my body. That space between my shoulder blades. Nice. Now, only your pelvis. So tuck your tailbone under around your back and then arch your back. So we are moving the shoulders a bit, but we're trying to just exaggerate the movement of just the pelvis. Just get a sense of that. Round the tailbone under and then lift the sit bones high. Nice. One more time. Round the tailbone under. Lift the sit bones high. Cool. Both of those movements together. So, shoulder shrug, tuck your chin under, round your back, arching your back. And so, how do you keep your focus on the pelvis and the shoulders? Often for me, I'll just focus on the shoulders and my pelvis will follow along. And so now I'm trying to give it more presence, more awareness. And as a result, it feels more connected. Nice. Sit your bum back, come into a child's pose. Pause. Make fists out of your hands, roll into your wrists. I've lifted my head a bit. Feels nicer. And then roll in the other direction. Nice. Push back into your downward dog, all the way back. So as you push back into your downward dog, just check in with your body. Shoulders, elbows, hands, spine, hips, knees, feet. And then have a bit of a wiggle. And let this meet your body this morning or this evening, this afternoon, sometime deep far into the future. And just feel that. So funny, somebody asked me a question yesterday on Revolut, actually. And I can't reply to anybody on Revolut, but they asked me, and they're back in a line, and they wanted to know what yoga trousers I was wearing in a line. And I was like, how do I tell somebody who's traveling in space with my yoga or traveling in time with my yoga information? It was really interesting. It was like time traveling in my head. So bend both knees, stretch both legs. Nice. Bend both knees and stretch both legs. Bring your knees to the floor, and then we're going to go sideways. So bring your right foot out to the side, and then round your back and arch your back. And as I do this, I'm actually allowing my elbows to bend as I arch. So I'm actually dropping my chest down or my chin down in the direction of the floor. Round, arch, drop your chin down. Round, and drop your chin down. Nice. Walk your hands out forward. Just drop your head down. So this is the movement we've been doing while we've been lying on the floor. Except it's different, of course, But this inner thigh lengthening, we've been practicing it on our backs. And so now, as you feel this, what's similar about it, or what's utterly different about it? Let's drop your breath, deepen into it. Nice, coming up. Other side. So left side out to the side, foot flat to the floor, round your back. And arch your back. As you arch, draw your chin down in the direction of the floor. Round your back. Arch your back. I'll do it sideways. Sorry, Bushkin. So round your back. Arch your back. There's this sense of really deeply meeting the lower back and the inner thigh as you do this. Nice. Walk your hands out forward. Drop your head down. And just feel. Yeah, just feel. So for me, I'm engaging a little bit extra into the baby toe side of my foot. I feel a sense of engaging or enlivening my inner thigh. So I'm drawing my sit bone backwards and feeling that my thigh is engaging. And then I'm giving weight into the pelvis and lengthening through my arms and my chest. How would you make yourself or allow yourself or include more of yourself to be more alive in your body right now? Nice. Come all the way back. Super cool. Come land on the floor. Landing on the floor, your knees are bent. And just rock from side to side. Maybe roll into your wrists again, wiggle your fingers as you rock. Maybe roll like there's a clock on the back of your pelvis. Can you multitask and roll your wrists and your knees at the same time? And then change direction and notice how your hands are totally confused. So just dance. No idea what my hands are doing. I love confusing myself. It means that there's something that my nervous system is stretching to learn or something. So resting on your back, either with your knees bent, your legs are straight, or soles of your feet together, knees apart, or whatever version of resting on the floor you do. How nice. So great, guys. Thanks for joining me. Thanks to Pushkin for joining me. There's a puddle of black beside me. And yeah, have an amazing day. I'm very excited. I got a grant from the Utheros, a local organization, Irish language organization, to build a website. So today is the first meeting with my website guy. So by Christmas, I should have a website. Oh my God. So thanks so much. And thanks to those of you, as always, who contribute. Amazing. It makes this a viable, creative, growing project. And yeah, and I've just got loads of ideas. Oh, I've got some really cool ideas. But you'll find out as we go. They're epic. Like, we're going to be like yogis on tour. Okay, ciao, ciao. Have an amazing day. And thanks for being well and wholesome with me today.